Hello and good morning, guys, and welcome to your fifth session of our subject ITAS1. So we are still on Unit 1, Chapter 3 of our discussion, guys, and we are now on week 5. But then again, this is the continuation of our activities, no? So we are still on repetition structures. And our objectives for this morning is number 1, explain the logic behind repetition structures. Number 2, design and develop appropriate algorithms with exception handling techniques. And number 3, appreciate the use of try, catch, finally. So I think, guys, we are now on 109. And for 109, the topic there is for each loop. Okay, so looping in programming language is a way to execute statement or a set of statements using multiple numbers of times. So this depends on the result of the condition to be evaluated. So the result condition or the resulting condition should be true to execute statements within loops. The for each loop is used to iterate over the elements of the collection. So when we speak about iterate, this refers to it's a correction or probably the iteration or the movement of any expression. So that is an iteration. Or for a simple statement, it changed the value. So the collection may be an array or a list. So take note of the statement of the word array, because an array is just a repeating number, no? But it has certain steps or precondition within the statement. So magambal ka mga list naman, the list is a list or a collection of numbers or letters. So lista siya. And executes for each element present in the array. Now, a simple definition for an array is it is a looping statement within a looping statement. So, meaning to say, sa sulod siya ka looping statement, pero looping statement man siya. So, that is an array. So, for each loop, when working with arrays and collections to iterate through the item of array or collection, the for each loop iterates through each them, meaning to say, recognize ng isa ka line or isa ka loop, and it changes something whenever it undergoes a cycle. So, that is why it's called the for each loop. Kaya gina-isa-isa niya. So, it operates on the collection of items. Sa collection of items, guys, for instance of arrays or another built-in list types. So, depende. The syntax for this is for each loop, and then we have the data type, the variable name in the collection, and then the body of the program, which is the statements to be executed. So, before we go to the example, we have here the for each loop flowchart. So on the flowchart, you start with a value, and then you go to the precondition, which is the elements in collection. If your answer is yes, you'll be directed to the statement, going back to the elements. If you said no, then it will be stop. So in our example here, in our activity 109, so we have we will list one of the simple list. It is called an array list. And it works much like an array, but behaves and is actually a looping statement. Okay, so the example here is the coding for 109. So as you can see, guys, we have the declaration for using each statement. So this is for the each loop, and then we have the class definition for GFG, and then this one will be the static void main. We're still using the console, so that is why the console is here. And then we have the right line for print array. So for creating an int array, we have the integer function for an array and the new integer function for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then for each statement will be outputted online on the console. So shall we copy this and then paste it on our online IDE. So we have to put there online. Okay, so we have the online IDE. We're going to select Code Chef again. Then for our activity here, so we're going to select C# and then paste the code. Okay, so before we do anything on this, in our example, let's run this program. Okay, so you can see here the array that is being printed. Actually, guys, you can actually put or modify this. So as you can see, I'm modifying this to zeros, and let's see what happens when you run it. Okay, so it will be printed this way. Okay, so that is an array, guys. Sometimes it's called a list for collection, but an array or a list is different than each other. So an array is a collection for loops, and the list is a collection of numbers or letters. Okay, so that is for activity number 9. Okay, before we proceed, let me know if you can follow the activity for this morning and the discussion. Can you please raise your hand so that I can know that you are following? Okay, very good, guys. Okay, another raise ka hand if nakita ninyo kay na ang example kag nabatian klaro ang audio kag ang video.
Klaro, sir.
Okay, sige. Thank you, guys, for the reaction. Thank you. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, sige. So going back to our activity number 10, which is the second to none activity. I think we only have 2 activity, and we are going to talk about recursion. So for the repetition structures, this is the highlight of the chapter 3, because recursion is an honest to goodness example nga ang pinaka best example ka repetition structure. Okay, so let's go on with the discussion. For recursion naman, guys, this is the function that calls another function, and it is normal. But when the function call itself, then that is the recursive function. So an example for this, dumduman ninyo, this one, gina-recall natin ang function ka system. Using system, the first declaration, ang pinakauna gid nga declaration sa C# na makita ninyo, which is using system. So this using system is just the recollection of a function. Kay instead of programming system, ang system nga da is like a book in a library, meaning nakastore do nga daan dyan sa code naton sa C#. And what we did lang is to recall system, meaning to say, dogin borrow lang naton ang book sa library kag ginbasa naton. So muda, instead nga himuon pa naton daya i-program, hindi do lang. So yung obra naton is gin recall na lang. So that is the best example of recollection for a function. So meaning okay, I'm sorry, guys, let's stop anay. Okay, sige. I'm sorry for the noise just now. No? It's outside. You know the karon, it's election day, so medyo magahod. Okay, sige. To continue with for the function, as I've said, that is the example of a function. So by calling the function within itself, it's called a recursion or a recursive function. So in recursive program, the solution to the base case is provided in the solution of the bigger problem that is expressed in terms of smaller problems. So ang example nga daya is this one. As you can see, na divide ang code, and then I think you have a hard time doing the activity nga daya kay utod. But that is the essence of the recursive function, because utod ana nga pero dapat when you are going to make it as a whole, you're going to do that through the recursive function, to the recalling of the function within the body of the program. So some of the declarations here are actually recollection, meaning to say, these recollection are just the collection nga gin-recall. So to make it a whole. So that is why it's called a recursive function. And then the process in which the function call itself, so we are talking about the process itself, no, is directly or indirectly recursion. Okay, what does it mean? It means that the corresponding function is called as a recursive function, but it is using a recursive algorithm, a certain problem that can be solved quite easily. So you don't actually think otherwise. All you have to do is to code the function within the self, but you can see the definition for the recursion. Insa, magsulat ka mo kadaya guys ng activity, ma-notice ninyo ang color blue. So that is a recursion. So this one, that is why mas madali na to dyan ma-explain because makita ninyo ang example nga naka-color coding, naka-color code. Okay. So let's try to to continue. The idea here is to represent the problem. Take note in terms of one or smaller problems. And what we're going to do is to add or more base condition. So the base condition here actually are the supporting code. The min string, the test equals 3 nga naga-appear sa inyo nga blue nga code. So that is a recursive function. So the syntax here you can see is int, the declaration, and then the body of the program is makita nyo if-else function. So this is an example of base case. Why? Because a base case is a precondition. And when we have the precondition for a function, this refers to the recursive function. Okay? Okay, so for example number 10, this is the recursive function because it recalls itself. Meaning to say, just like your na makita ninyo diya sa may for each loop, just like this, so for each loop naton, it is actually it's somewhat similar sa recursion. Insa ga-recall siya, pero ang recollection niya that depends on the condition. So if you say yes, then the statement is being put here, going back to the elements. If you say no, you'll be directed to stop the program. So that is why a recursive function has a precondition also. So may mga conditions, and the condition depends upon the programmer kung ano ang precondition nga ginaset na. Okay, let's try to code this one in our IDE kung okay siya. I think we have a problem here because wala siya kasi nanto, no? What we're going to do is to correct the program starting with the 13th line, say ka 13 nga ano. So just because ang makita niyo yung module naton ang continuation na medyo wala siya ka ano, and there might be some what's this gani missing lines nga mabutang naton so kaya doon naton anay siya. Okay, so let's bring it on front. Okay, so I think para hindi kita ma-confuse, i-amon natin ako. Then pasakaon natin daya for the return basically then this one, then driver code, public static void main. Okay, I think pasakaon naton daya na string arjs okay, then afterwards the entry print and fun. So let's try to run this program. Okay, so this will be the output. Okay, so please take note of the following corrections starting from this one. Okay, duwa siya. So this is the first of the line, and then this is the another of the line. So all you have to do is to again pasaka lang naton iban nga lines because hindi siya kaigo sa diyan nato, no. So lang tawan ninyo ang daya sugpon daya ng public static void main kag arjs. So this is one. Then ang console test, this one, I'm sorry about that. Ang console test nga diya, this is also one line. And then the return value, and then the close braces. Okay. So, more of that, I think, kung mag face-to-face kita guys, I will explain to you how are you going to encode this. We will encode it line by line so that you will understand. Okay? Some of our examples. So, guys, do you have any questions regarding our activity for this morning? Okay, so do you have any do you have any questions regarding our activity for this morning? So, duwa lang kabilog natin do karon, and then we have only 9 and 10. Similarly, we are going to still use module 8 and 9. 9 and 10, I'm sorry guys. So, yes, any questions? Session 5. 1 Turing. Okay, sige. Any question guys before we proceed? Sino to kay na Dwayne? Do you have any question, Dwayne? Okay, you can put your question guys sa natin. Okay, so if you're you don't want to ask a question sa dia, you can ask your question sa chat box. Okay, so I hope that you understand our topic for this morning. Amo lang da siguro, no? So pun lang daya actually kadang repetition structures ang topic naton. So we have the for each loop, that is activity number 9, and the other one is the number 10 is recursive function. So that completes the repetition structure. Next meeting, I think we're going to study about another topic for this for the next meeting. Kay medyo I think sa next meeting guys, I'm going to leave a video na lang siguro. I'll be on a seminar next week in Iloilo City, and I cannot attend to your class, I cannot directly involve a class with you because that is the first day of our seminar. So I cannot tell you what the seminar is for, but I will create a video na lang, and then please put present in YouTube for your attendance. So that will be next meeting. Okay? I'm sorry guys, medyo duro gid gawa yung mga seminar kagano. So but don't worry, kay ginahimuan man naton kapag nga makaklase kita, no. So one of that is the video, and then I'll post it in YouTube and direct it to your chat box. So sa chat room naton, so that you can see the video and the lecture. Para nga mas kinway ako, sige nga gyapon klase naton. I don't know lang what will be the yes, Dwayne. At will
do gawa mano yung video sir, hina signal namo sir.
Okay lang to. Just lantawan nyo lang karon kay I'll be uploading this in YouTube man. So I'm sorry if you cannot attend the class. Pero you have to attend the class for attendance good, so that I can just like now. I think it's already time for us to take the attendance now. So, okay. So print screen ko anay guys. Okay, so that would be kay na naka-print screen do ko pero may nagdugang. So lantawa lang ninyo liwat karon borbay. I-post ko lang sa YouTube liwat para nga makita nyo liwat yun ang inyong lesson naton. Yes, some more questions.
Sir?
Yes.
Nag-share na ako si Justin sir. While it's upload.
Justin, ganito? I-take note ko lang.
Justin Raven.
Ha?
Justin Raven, sir.
Okay. Sige.
Ano ko sir?
Oo. Sige to. Okay. Ko lang guys ha. Pwede naman kamo ka-request ka paryo kada. I-hambalan nyo lang ko. Take note ko lang din sa may Ang gina-take note ko lang sa attendance, gin screenshot, and then that will be the so just on Friday I will just open the for the quiz. I hope nga na buol ninyo yung quiz ninyo karang last week, na buol ninyo ged. Di ba dayan duman yung result, and you can actually check out your classroom, no? So to check out your classroom, just go to classroom.google.com, but make sure to nga naka guys, naka-login ka mo sa account ninyo sa .edu, ISCOF.edu the account. And then how are you going to check your standing? Go to people, and sa ngaran ninyo guys, pwede ninyo makita ang activity. Like for kay Sir Jan, kita nyo ang actually sa assigned nga daya, I'm sorry,
Sir, naka-hide, sir.
okay, liwat take two. I'm sorry, why ko share screen ko, no? Sige. Okay, so yeah, first thing nyo ngayon mo is make sure to nga nakalagin ka mo guys sa Google. So sa .edu ninyong account. Okay? Then kung nakalagin ka mo anay, then you type classroom.google.com. Okay, may coding sa likod ko. Okay, so then you go to classes, and then sa IT 320 naton. Then click people. Then like for example, hindi sa IT, I'm sorry, ang anak ka third year na ko sa ITAS 1 gali kita. You go to people. Like for example, lantawan yung ngaran nyo. Okay, Sir Jan Abino. Then you can see here lantawan ninyo kung magwa na dyan yan na-comply din yung activity, quizzes, or exam. So wala pa kamo exam because wala pa kita ka midterm. Pero your assignments are here, your activity I mean, and then the quizzes and your recitation, no. So ang missing nga daya, this one are the red missing, it means nga wala na ma-comply. So it's not time pa man nga nga makita nga gid, pero okay lang da. And then for the grades, you can see here the percentages sa grade ninyo, overall grade. Naka-display man di ang tanan ninyong activity, quizzes, etc. So ang red nga is missing, means nga wala nyo ma-comply. Pero ang average ka ninyo dayan doon gagawa overall grade na. So kita nyo ang percentages, si Joy 100 ana. Then makita ninyo pero may missing pa nga isa, this one ay magredan guro dayang recitation na. Okay, this one na.
Ako, saray.
Sino Timo? Dali lang. Sino to nagambal?
Ako, sir.
Padernal. Okay. So lantawan nyo lang di guys, ang ngaran nyo, panaog. So, Padernal. Okay, so Padernal dia. So 97.83. Kay may dyan, ikaw nga kulang activity sa 9 kag sa 10. Way pa matapos si Mana nga daya mo. Pero kita mo man yung classwork nyo, sa quiz nyo dadi, kang March 25, may mga date pa gani, So, 10 points. Then, sa grades. Then, this one. Dyan yung makita tanan guys nga, ninyo. So, lantawalan ninyo kung may mga kulang ka mo di, or why. And makita man di ang overall grade ninyo kung So this one. Na. So far so
Sir,
good.
nakapasa ko kanina yung 10, sir, pay.
Siguro ay pa ma-checkan. Every Saturday ako ga-check ka activity. Way pa guro nag-reflect sa way pa ma-checkan mo. Hindi man din sigida lagi kang gina-checkan. Kundi every Monday kita nagabutang ka activity. Pero ginakulat ko Saturday because ang deadline at activity is Saturday morning. The deadline for the quiz is Friday evening, midnight. So amo day then your attendance do karon gina-reflect man day ay attendance sa ninyo kung nag-attend ka mo. Actually, it's recitation, it's not attendance. Pero attendance, recitation, gin-isakod lang. Na. Okay, so that is, do you have any questions regarding our activity and the grading system, guys? May dyan pagid ka mo nga, I think amo lang daguro, no? Yung ma-share ko kaninyo this morning. Hopefully, next meeting, guys, video na lang anay kita. Okay, I'm going to have a 3-day seminar, no, starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, way ako klase sa mga adlaw nga day kay may seminar ako. Pero, I will make a video na lang, and sa video na lang ka mo comment to yung present. That means nakakita ka mo ka video, and obrahan nyo lang yung activity naton palihog. So, para nga continuous kita. Dayon, guys, for our face-to-face, please prepare yourselves. Why lang ko kamaan kung saan o yung schedule naton. Kaya why pa ma-post bala yung schedule mo. Pamantagan nyo lang yung ano ninyo ko galingon. Ang sa CCS wala naton nga ano nga page. Lantawan nyo permi. Hey, ano nanda to ya schedule ka face-to-face. So, mga face-to-face kita starting next week doon. If I'm not mistaken, do karon ganing a week doon naga face-to-face doon bala mo. So, while lang ko kamaan kung sino yung una. Kay pasunod guys. Laban-laban ka mo kadaya una, siguro.
Excited na ako makita ka, sir.
Excited man kung hindi ka mo makita. Pate, joke lang. I'm looking forward to meet. Oo.
Ay, grabe.
Hindi, the good thing about Christian of face-to-face is parang madasig kita mag-activity. Kag, di ba, nagka-copy...
Sir, maraming gusto ako.
Oo. Nagka-copy-paste
Sir, Doro mabalan, sir.
Oo. Nagka-copy-paste pa kita, abi, kag tidang copy-paste nga dito, hindi manami. Pero, iya-coding kita na, guys, is masulat gid kita line by line. And, tudloan ta kamo ang structure bla ka code. Sundon gid naton niya dang then ang
sa klase, sir.
oo, problem is ang problema garing the problem is ang internet connection naton sa school. So palihog kung may modem ka mo or pwede ka mo kadara ka modem para sa internet connection, idaraan nyo lang palihog or obrahon naton activity sa school. That is good for pera ka modules actually. So, can you imagine sa isa kaadlaw pera ka module matapos naton. Dang yung problema, kinanglan i-upload yung pa activity niyo liwat sa classroom naton. Kay i-require ko, I don't know sa iba ninyo nga teachers I don't know sa iba ninyo nga teachers. Pero kanakon, ma-classroom man kita gyapon kay hindi pwede nga pabayaan naton daya. Hay nakumpisado kita ka Google Classroom. So, pangabay ko lang, pwede man nga hindi ka mo magdala ka internet nyo sa school, o brown lang naton yung activity naton, pero pag uli nyo sa balay nyo, tuyan nyo i-upload yung activity naton. Ang problema naton is connectivity. Kaya ang classroom naton, kinanglan continue naton daya ang Google Classroom. Ngayon naumpisando naton daya ka obra, and then the activities naton nga last time kung hindi naton pag-utilize ang classroom madura doon. So hindi gid matapos yung grade ninyo, yusog po na bala isikwale kag hindi mahapos mag obra ka grade. Kag did you notice guys nga yung activity ninyo kung ibutang naton sa classroom and sige ma-checkan ko nagabalik lagi ang scores ninyo. So that is an advantage for that. For other subjects, please ask lang sa iba ninyo nga teachers kay why ko kamaan kung ano anda nga style ka pagtudlo. So with me, kinanglan i-continue lang naton yung Google Classroom para ma-continue ang activity nga nagligad hasta tulad. Okay lang da next semester siguro kung full scale dun nga face-to-face. So tandaan niyo ang face-to-face naton is part lang nga face-to-face. So, hindi siya full nga face-to-face. Magambal ka mo full nga face-to-face, balik na gid ka mo sa school or throughout every day, makita na gid kinyo ka teacher niyo sa eskwelahan. So, tulad, hindi anay. Face-to-face kita, pero part lang sa subjects.
Limited lang, sir.
Limited lang, oo. Iyagin una, abinanda, ang mga subjects, hindi lang kamo hindi lang IT, pati HRM kag mga education kag ang may laboratory lang nga subjects ang una nanda nga gin approve for face to face. So meaning to say kung siguro kung wala ka mo laboratory nga subject, siguro ma-continue ka mo online. Kag tandaan ninyo may schedule kita. So ang schedule nyo naka-post na to sa ano naton. So wala ko pa makita ano kung sino mauna. Wala ko pa makita guys. Kag lantawa lang ninyo palihog guys sa ano sa
Mga utasan mauna?
schedule. May schedule doon. Pero wala ko kamaan kung sino una nga maano. Laban-laban basi kamo guro.
Imaw ko lang si Darlene, sir.
Per ano day per ano ganit tawag per section kag dayon daw pero dayon way ko kumaan kon pera kamo kabilog ang maano so i-arrange man dagyapon. Okay, so amo lang da guys ha yung na pangabay ko, and then please bring your vaccination cards, that is important. Pero kung way ka mo ka-vaccine, hindi ka mo magkabala ka kay mo continue lang tinyo online. So kung way ka mo vax card
Sir?
ha?
Nadlo kami yung pa-vaccine.
Away pa tinyo atindi gid ka mo guro ka face to face tana kung way ka mo naka-vaccine.
Nadlo kami sa agom, sir.
Continue lang ka mo online. I think makaduwa ka lang basta naka-vaccine lang ka mo guys. I think hindi man kinanglan guro yung ang booster shot, pero it's good if you have your booster shot. Ako bago lang ko nakapa-booster shot karang February lang. Okay. Sige. Kung dura yung vax card ninyo sa online guys, pwede ka mo ka-download ka ginatawag nga ano gani? Pwede ka mo ka-download ka vax certificate no, vaxcert sa vaxcert.ph. At pangitaalan niyo sa Google vaxcert.ph. Okay, so ang spelling ka vaxcert siguro ano no, vaxcert. Okay, adto ka mo sa vaxcert.ph. And then ibutang ninyo information ninyo ang first dose kung saan ka mo nagpa first dose kag kung ano nga vaccine ang gingamit. Then sa second dose kag kung nakapa-booster ka mo amo man ibutang ninyo tuya. Then i-download nyo ang certificate. Ang itsura ka vax certificate do pareho kadaya guys oh. Okay, so amo day vax cert no. Na. So gamay actually oo hanggod actually daw kararaw da hanggod hanggod gid the certificate pero akon gin pagamay ko kag dayon gin pa laminate ko sa lamination ano sa takas. Hey, may QR code daya guys, may QR code kag may ano so kung madura yung vax certificate nyo amo day gamitan nyo na kompleto man daya. So akon back to back na gin ano ko lang. So this is parang to suffice ang kon madura yung vax certificate nyo. Akon gani way ko kumaan.
May payment na sir.
May ano?
Kung mag-ano sa vax.
Wala bayad. Naka PDF na siya. All you have to do is to print it. I-print nyo lang tana eh. So siguro yung bayad tana sa printing lang. Haiti instead ka matuod no dang card nyo vaccination card gamay na siya mo. Ang jang vaxcert daw papel ja kanggo daw ano gid bilog nga page kaban paper pero akon gin pagamay ko kagin laminate. So instead ka vaccination kinahanglan nyo man gyapon daya magboto kamo mag-eleksyon basi pangitaan kamo ka vaccination card. Tikon wa ay kamot vaccination card ti vaxcert ya gamiton nyo siguro eh. Na. Then pwede ipalaminate lang ninyo kung may extra money kamo. Kung wa IT okay la da nga ban paper i-print nyo lang. Na. Okay, some more questions guys so that we can move on. So another comment. Oo. So sige ayan James amo lang daga imo aguro to para gamay balayad ang na. Okay, so I think that is all for this morning guys. Thank you so much for attending our class. And see you next meeting. Hopefully, pero naka-video lang.
Sir?
Yes, Dwayne?
Exam ko, sir.
Ano to?
May matawa ko ng exam ang Justin, sir.
Yeah, exam to sa ano pa? Di ba lang nag-quiz makita every week? Sa
Friday, sir.
Oo, Friday pa. Friday pa yung quiz natin.
Ano lang, sir, kung exam eh?
Yeah, exam natin yung midterm. Asan pa dahil matapos yung midterm? Sa ano pa bala? Matapos ika-Siyam. Siyam nga, I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now siguro. Kung sa 5 session, pala pa, duduro pa ya ano naton, mga sa next month pa ya midterm naton mo. Next month pa ata. So, base mga last week ka April pa, ya midterm. Or first week of May, depende. So, ano lang ninyo guys i-announce man nagyapon kung saan Ang importante daad kung maka face to face kita, maubos naton tanan nga activity hasta sa before ka midterm. Tay kundi tawhay do kamo ibando lang ninyo nga subject at tinderon ninyo. So maskin hindi lagani kita guro kada mag-online. Paiti basta naka face to face lang kita nga maubos naton yung activity.
May mga details pa galing ni sir.
Ang sa ano to? Oo, may dyan.
Backsearch.
May details pa
May
na.
interview na.
Oo, na-try nyo.
May privacy data.
Oo. I-click nyo ang privacy data. Pati ang ninyo, kung diin ka mo nga lugar gin vaccinate, gin tublokan bala. May dyan kompleto dyan. Then sa uri-uri, nakada sa dalom, pag send ninyo, then ma-generate ang QR, ang ninyo sa Vaxcert.
Di mag face to face, sir, kinanglan pang vaccine card.
Daad, importante abid mo kung navaksinan ka mo hay base may policy way ko kamaan ka guidelines pa siguro ya guideline lang before mag face to face kita i-orient ka mo kada kung pero ginapananaw ko doon pananaw ko doon nga kinanglan ninyo ya vax card ninyo importante abid
So pagana sa details
yung details niya then i-send then kung i-download nyo ya vax cert ninyo.
Ano tadang ginawakal mo? Pero rayo imong topic.
Sa Vaxcert ipakita ko bala kaninyo bala. Yan para ang ang butang balo ni Recursion, ang sa Vaxcert ay ang sa Vaxcert ay ang nga ninyo i-prepare bala. So dali lang time. Kung ka mo vaxcert.ph no. Okay, so vaxcert.ph then why mandaya Google Majagali vaxcert.doh.gov.ph lain do gali website nanda vaxcert.doh.gov.ph then i-click nyo lang. Then this one. Okay, so to request for vaccination certificate, click continue. So click nyo lang continue. Then continue lang siya. Okay, so have you vaccinated more than sabtanin niyo dang mga pamangkot nga daw na. Then next. Then ngaran nyo. This one. Then birthday. Then next. Hindi ko lang pag-ibutang makita nyo details ko karon. So tapuson nyo hasta nga ka mo. Kung ma-fill upan nyo kung matapos nyo doon, tawaan ka mo i-download nyo lang yung PDF nyo nga vax certificate, kag ipa-print. Then amo do instead ka vax card, vax cert do ng inyo na. So mas gina-recognize pa gani guys ang vax cert ninyo kay certificate gid ta mo bukon vax card. Good as vax card man
Libre lang sir?
Libre lang dato, why that bayad? Ang may lang kada kung ipaprint ninyo sa computeran.
Sa isa kasi mana, sir, kapilata magklase?
Sa isa kasi mana,
Face to face, sir?
Bilog bala nga bilog nga week bala ata or kisa depende sa schedule.
Adlaw-adlaw gali sir?
Adlaw-adlaw adlaw-adlaw from Monday to Friday. So
Aga hapon, sir?
Oo, aga hapon.
Basta lain lang bayi sa laki sir.
Why ko kamaan ka arrangement ninyo base tingob guro.
Okay lang dala, sir. Basta imo ako sa Darlene, ah.
Tag 20. Tag 20 bilang bala ka students
Sana.
kaya. Pinaka ano is 20. So pagka hapon siguro base lain duman nga batch depende day kung pera ka ano. Depende pa da sa guideline nanda nga himuon. So hindi kita ka ano that is why recommend ko nga lantawan ninyo permi announcement board sa CCS naton nga group. So kung membro kamo ka CCS nga group, lantawan ninyo to permi hay base i-announce nanda yung schedule naton. So kung magsulod kamo di sa eskwelahan, dapat naka-uniform kamo. May ID kamo doon, way pa?
Why pa, sir?
Oo, dapat may ID gani daad no. May pari ay man amo sa duwa ka tuig nga ano naton. Dapat mo man naton kung sino balay estudyante. I-check nyo yung ID nyo sa OSA guro. Bulan nyo kag isuksok ninyo yung ID nyo. Uniform ID na. Vax card daron na. So, ano malang daya, isa sa pagkasunod nga week, nga why do ka mo naga face to face, ma-online kita duman pagkatapos. So, yung mga himuon naton sa online is follow up do lang ka ano ninyo. Pero i-record ko takon guys yung discussion nato gyapon. I-record ko daya sa ano man gyapon sa internet. Para nga hindi kung may mga classmate ka mo abi nga hindi ka attend siguro, dapat mamanan kung ano yung ginobra naton sa sulod ka laboratory. So dapat recorded. May attendance checking to Kunti kon face to face lain man yung attendance to sa online lain man yung attendance So kung hindi ka face to face, sa TYT mo pa-vaccine, kinamatarong mo man daya, hindi mo ay matperitay, tima online lang kawana. Sa online man imong attendance So hindi mo tambalon nga hindi ka attend ka face to face, absentee mo doon. Sige. Amod lang dyan, guro. Hasta ano nato na, medyo galawig-lawig dugaway discussion nato. I hope klaro kaninyo tanan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, salamat. So, see you next meeting, guys. Thank you for attending our class for this morning. Okay, so...
Bye, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. See you.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye-bye, guys.
May manok dyan, sir.
Duro de.
Ngayon, pangsundan lang.
kay commander ka mo to pangayo. Sige, salamat guys. Bye-bye. Off ko doon